Things are getting wild in Wakanda. Namor and Jeff the Landshark's secret mission might have just triggered something catastrophic. And by the end of this issue, even Galacta's watching in panic from the cosmos. Let's break down everything that happens in Marvel Rivals Infinity issue 27. From high above, Galacta observes the unfolding events and gives her cosmic 2 cents. She says, "I don't like this. Black Panther is very nice, and Namor is, well, he has his good qualities too. I like a good fight as much as the next godlike being, but sometimes I just want everyone to get along." And honestly, that's exactly what T'Challa seems to be hoping for. He even notes that they've managed to get through an entire morning meeting without any fighting. But Namor smirks and says he makes no promises for the afternoon. Before the two monarchs sit down for lunch, Namor secretly contacts Jeff the Landshark through a headset. Jeff's still sneaking through Wakanda in the middle of a secret heist, tracking down a vault filled with chrono-vibranium. Namor compliments him on locating it so quickly. Clearly, the little Landshark knows what he's doing. Then Namor joins T'Challa for the meal. The Dora Milaje serve him a dish that looks like a kelp-based meal, something specifically prepared for him after his earlier complaints that Wakandan food didn't sit well with him. But when the Dora Milaje don't leave the table, Namor raises an eyebrow. He says, "Do you plan to watch me consume my meal?" They reply, "We plan to protect you whilst you eat, your majesty." Namor directs this next comment to T'Challa, asking if his security is always so, well, T'Challa says heightened, but Namor calls it absurd. T'Challa confirms that it's not usually this intense. It's only because there are two great monarchs currently in Wakanda, so of course they take extra precautions. Not just in the presence of those two, but also in more sensitive areas. Meanwhile, we cut back to Jeff the Landshark, who finally reaches the vault containing the chrono-vibranium, only to find it completely surrounded by the Dora Milaje. There are far too many to count, and even Jeff hesitates for a moment. Back at the table, Namor offers T'Challa a bit of his kelp. T'Challa politely declines, but Namor uses this moment to slip in a coded message. He says, "Very well, if you don't want any, then it's time for Plan B. Enjoying it all for myself." When Jeff hears Namor mention Plan B, that's his cue. He presses a big red button on a device, and instantly alarms start going off. Somewhere in Wakanda's control center, a guard notices an alert flashing across the screen. Back with Namor and T'Challa, the two monarchs keep up the small talk. T'Challa asks if Namor always has a backup plan for when other grown men don't want to share his food. Namor smirks and says, "You simply don't understand the beautiful cold of the Atlantean culture, or, as you surface dwellers ignorantly call a sense of affection and kindness, the warmth." But before the conversation can continue, alarms blare across the palace. The Dora Milaje instantly move into formation, calling out, "Protocol 9! Namor looks around in confusion as T'Challa calmly confirms that they are under attack, and uses the moment to point out that their absurd security protocols weren't so ridiculous after all. The streets of Wakanda erupt in panic, and from the stars, Galacta watches in disbelief. "Wait, what did you do, Jeff? What is Plan B?" We then see some unknown spaceships carefully approaching Wakanda. Whatever Jeff just triggered might have massive consequences for Wakanda, and for both monarchs caught in the middle of it all. We'll have to wait until the next issue to find out what happens next. And if you're still craving more Marvel Rivals content, then make sure to check out my Marvel Rivals playlist, or check out the rest of my channel where I upload content just like this every single week. But for the meantime, peace, peace, peace.